Hello, it is me, Val. I am subbing for Spencer, but don't worry, they'll be back, and if you know who I am, you're old! This week's topic is intersectionality, and I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I am from the future, and I can tell you that the end of this video gets a little bit weird. So Chase yesterday did a great job of explaining intersectionality and what it means academically in terms of like how to do intersectional research and why it's so important. And I'm going to expand on that. I'm going to talk about intersectionality and what it means from a more like social and personal identity perspective. So here we go. So what I've noticed is that when people start to learn about intersectionality, they see it as this very basic concept of overlapping identities, which is true. Someone who is black, who is also trans, someone who is gay and also has autism, or someone who is black and trans and gay and has autism and was adopted and is deaf and is a woman and is in a wheelchair. You know, you get the point. These are people with intersectional identities. 99% of the time when you see people talking about intersectionality from a social progress perspective, you know, activism and gay rights and feminism and all of that stuff, we are talking about identities that intersect where all of them cause that person some sort of struggle or oppression or are misunderstood by society. We very rarely, I'm gonna say never talk about the intersection of being white and straight. It is an intersectionality, those are two identities, but generally that's not what people are referring to. But the most important thing I think people need to learn when they're learning about what intersectionality is and means and why it's important is that it's not just somebody who has multiple separate identities. It is somebody who is using all of these identities to create one new specific singular identity. And that's what a lot of people miss, and that's what we're going to talk about. So let's make an example out of me. Me? Yes, me. I am gay. This is my gay blob. I am trans. This is my trans man blob. Now, some people might think that because I am gay and have this gay blob, I can relate to all other gay blobs with every part of my gay blob. Some people might say that because I am a trans man, I can relate to all other trans men with every part of my trans man blob. But guess what, all you blobs out there? They intersect. My gay blob is trans, my trans blob is gay. I don't have a gay blob and a trans blob. I have just one big gay trans blob. Here it is. Now let's go a little deeper. Here comes this purebred gay blob. Me and him are talking about gay things, you know, like kissing boys, stuff like that, relating on every level. And then suddenly I'm like, hey, isn't it awkward when it's jockstrap night at the Gay Blob nightclub and you don't pack but you also don't fill out your jockstrap? And they're all like, no, my dick is huge. What is packing? Are you moving away? And then I'm like, whoa, okay, I get it. Trans people will get me. So I walk up to the transest blob I know. No blob is more trans than this blob. And I say to him, hey, isn't it awkward when you walk into the Gay Blob nightclub on jockstrap night and you don't pack but you don't fill out your jockstrap? And then this very straight trans man is like, what kind of clubs are you going to? Jockstrap night? I would be arrested if I showed up to straight blob bar and grill wearing nothing but a jockstrap. Okay, point received, but I have two identities. So if I just put the gay blob and the trans blob in the same room with me, they will understand me. So I've got them in the same room and I say, hey, you two, jockstrap, nightclub, awkward, right? And then they both look at me and they say, please stop asking us this. Why are you half naked? We're at a grocery store. And then I back slowly out the door and I back all the way into the gay trans blob support group and I say, I whimper, jockstrap, club, awkward, and they surround me and they raise me into the air gently and they say, same. And that's intersectionality. I do feel as if this video was at some level educational, so if you learned something, I am so happy for you and also happy for myself. I really enjoyed making this video. I'm sorry it's coming out so late. I will put my personal channel in the description box below, and I'm planning on making many videos on that soon, including videos about my experience playing men's rugby on a gay men's rugby team. So that is me. My name is Val. Goodbye.